dealing with tax in South Africa as a Forex trader can definitely be a challenge. Well, not only if you do it the right way from the beginning, right? Now, the reason I'm saying this because you know what? A lot of people like myself just start trading and don't think about tax because all we want to do is just make money, right? Why we come to trading? But we should understand that no matter what, if you make an income, forex trader or not, business entrepreneur, or you know what, investor, or you want to call yourself working in a job, you have to pay tax, like it or not. But actually, those who are making bag, you gotta pay your tax. Don't even think you can dodge tax, right? Purchase some good things, big investments, stuff like that, you need to have your tax in order. Anything big, major, you wanna go big, major league type of things, have your tax in order. They're gonna ask you, there's no way you can actually go about it. And if you're gonna avoid to pay your tax, be ready for reposition. Is that yeah, reposition, is that correct? Yeah, something like that. Basically, with the repossess your house, repossess your cars, repossess everything if you don't pay tax. So I don't think you want that. I don't think you want that as a trader. Just pay your tax and stop being cheap. But let's get into the fruitful stuff on how to pay your tax and methods on how to go by it. Because I'm actually in the process of going all through all this whole process, and you know, on this YouTube channel, I'm about to share all these things. Me as a trader, I was just like, you know, let's make money, let's make money. Until the point, you know, I want to buy my first property, my first investment property, and you know what? Tax, guys. You know what? End of the day, we're all humans. There's no perfect human being as an entrepreneur. But let's get straight into how's the ways and what are the ways to actually go about paying your tax as a forex trader. Now, there are two ways to go about this, and understand that it's not the right and wrong way. You can choose. It also all depends upon what is your what future plans for yourself and as a trader. You know. So number one is basically trading for yourself as you are self-employed. You're gonna be classified as a self-employed person, and that'll be basically like any other self-employed person. You know, they don't have a big business. They just like for themselves, they trade for themselves, or like they're selling let's say a mechanic at his house, or you know, a doctor at his house, or like a dentist at his house, or for instance anybody making clothes for themselves. Self-employed people, there's a way of that out there. You need to earn a certain amount of money. For instance, like if you're earning over, like if I'm correct, like I'm just speaking under correction, let's say over 10,000 every month, then you classify under for tax, right? Now, if you're forex trading, you're making over 10,000 and consistently for the past 6 months or 3 months, consistently 10,000, you most likely classify or need to be starting to pay your tax. Now, it's not so big as like what people make it seems as, but understand is a very, very important thing to understand when you're paying your tax, guys. That for a self-employed person, you're going to pay much more tax, okay, than a person that has like the second option. So let's go to option 2 now. So option 2 is basically having a business registered. So you're gonna be basically now trading as a business. And for instance, me currently we train as the FX Eliteman, and the FX Eliteman is basically a training institution where we do a lot of things as in related forex, but basically whatever profits I'm making goes into a business account. So now you see the difference between a self-employed person. Self-employed person, whatever money comes, you know, just goes straight into like your personal banking, like personal bank account. You know, you have that people say private banking, personal banking, but everything goes into that bank account. Now, with the business side, which is option 2, is where you have an actual registered business, right? And a registered business is much more easy because what happens is you can go much more further. Like you can go way further. I'm not gonna say some person can't, but I'm saying that with the business you get a lot of benefits. So when you register your business, you are gonna all the money is in every bit of income you get in, right? So now, for me, since I don't only have forex, I have several sources of incomes, and all several sources of incomes goes into the business account. This is where I will pay myself a certain amount of money every single month, where I can, you know, take care of myself. So for instance, like, you know, you need to pay your rent, you need to pay your water, you know, like electricity and travel and food, you know, expenses, as well as stuff for enjoyment, entertainment. So this is where I pay myself an income, you can say, from all the money I made. So if I make 100K a month, right? When I make 100K for the month, it's not like 100,000 rand that I actually just, you know, go into my personal account. No, it's actually 100K to the business, and from the 100K I pay myself a percentage that goes into my personal bank account, and I can use that, which is going to be rent, expenses, entertainment, and to invest more. Then basically on the business side, now you must understand there's business expenses as well, but now here's tricks and tips where accountants comes in. So how does the tax work? I'm going to speak about the benefits of how to go and tips and tricks and hacks, how to go around and pay less tax, which I've learned. So firstly, let's go over how a tax accountant can actually help you in this journey of paying tax as a Forex trader. Now, with a tax accountant, what they can do is basically they can maneuver things and basically make it seem as if you're paying tax, like less tax as possible. Now, with self-employed, how that happens is you're going to fall under brackets. So every time you earn more, you fall into a bigger bracket. For example, right? Say you start earning 100,000 rand. You're not going to be taxed like a person that's earning 10,000 rand. You're going to be taxed much more. Okay, so this falls under brackets. So if you earn 100K, you're being taxed more. You earn 500K, you get taxed more. And not a set amount, okay? So for instance, you can pay tax up to 40%. 40% of what you earn for the entire year. So tax is not like 40% every month, 40% of what you earn the entire year. So let's say for the entire year you earn 1 million, okay? And 40% of that will be 400,000. For the entire year, you're gonna have to pay 400,000 once off rang, and you take 600,000. That's how it works. Now, me personally, I'm not about that. I'm about the business person, and I'm gonna tell you guys why now. Now, basically, why I'm about the business person, because here we can get tax brackets, tax breaks, and tax hacks and ways around it. Because listen, right? So with the business, understand that if I go for a business, say now I want to pay rent, right? I pay myself a certain amount of money, okay? But let's say I have a car. I take the car under the business. I don't have to pay the business. I don't have to pay with my own personal money, the money, right? Like the car's money. If let's say I'm paying the car 7,000 rand. If you're taking the car out, you're not going to pay the car cash. You want to maybe take it out. Let's say you take it out on the business. Then I pay from the business income, not from my income. But now listen to this. Every business income is getting taxed 28%. Exactly. Not high in it, brackets, nothing like. So that's amazing. So if you earn 100 million, it's 28%. It's not under brackets. You understand? With self-employed person, you're going to fall under brackets. The more your income goes higher, the more you go into a bracket, a bigger bracket. But with a business person who's actually owning a business, a registered business, with you, because you're paying yourself a sort income, that business sees that as an remember, like the SAW sees that as that is taxable. Basically, instead of like the travel to your petrol and stuff like that. If you're using your car as a business thing and the petrol to travel to work, to your business, to your office or something like that, then you put that as under expense of the business. But yet it's supposed to come from your pocket, you know what I mean? But then you get the tax break. Do you understand? So there's a lot of tips and tricks and ways about it. So what I did is, I personally want to tell you guys is that basically you shouldn't stress about this. You as a trader shouldn't stress about actually like your tax and stuff like that. You should actually just worry about, okay, what? This is how much money I'm making, and get the tax person and tell the tax person, look here, make good friends with the tax person. Tell the tax person, look, this is how much I'm earning. I want to pay less tax as possible. What can we do to make this thing happen? Then for me personally, what I did, my taxman told me, he's like, yo bro, let's register the business. Once the business is registered, after that you actually go to the bank and make a whole business banking account and all these things. So you make business banking, register the business, go back, you get the business banking, go after that. Then what happens? Every income you get, you put it in your business bank account. From there, you pay yourself, and then what we will work around expenses as the business, but it's actually your personal expenses. Then what happens? You pay yourself a smaller salary to yourself, and you take all your personal expenses on the business, so you get taxed less. So let's say you actually earned 100K, but you only pay yourself 10,000 in a month in your personal bank account. Then the other money is in your business bank account, right? That get taxed a exact amount of 28%. If you had to earn that in your personal banking, you get taxed much more, right? And then what we do is we increase the expenses on the business side and decrease the expenses on the personal side, which is on your personal banking. And what happens? You know what? You pay less tax. Basically, guys. So there's a lot more to it I want to share with you guys, but that is basically what I've been doing with my tax accountant. And understand that I'm quite new to it, so I'm still learning. If I'm learning right now, I'm going to share this with you guys on how to actually do your tax. I know this video has been very rough, guys. I just came from the gym also. I'm out of breath. I'm tired. But you know what? Like this video, comment down below, and let me know if you actually busy with the tax and you want more information on this. I can actually sit down a presentation and do little nice things for you guys, and then we can actually learn more about tax for Forex traders in South Africa. You know, so stay blessed, guys. I hope this video helped you with your tax, and pay tax. Don't be cheap, guys. Pay your tax, because